Hello my friends and welcome back to Starcraft 2 DS1338. This is what happened when we play for win. Yeah, shortly my opinion about playing for win, playing for this, that and whatever. In my opinion, I would say everyone in any game, or not everyone, but let's say 90%, maybe someone is really enjoying when he losing or she losing, but I believe the majority of the people mostly enjoy not when they lose, but when they win. So I would say that, let's say 90% of all gamers on this planet play for win. And the other thing is, of course, whether people are brave enough to experiment some new stuff, to try out something new. And usually when you try out something new, then these things have a larger tendency to fail, to not work, and then you risk that you look like a fool, you know, that this is what most of the gamers, not only in Desert Strike but also in other games, are afraid to, you know, to do. And that's why, in my opinion, a lot of people create a second, third, fourth, fifth account and play from there and try out from there new stuff to avoid look like a fool. This is my opinion. Because, you know, when you, for example, especially in ranked, when your name, like, when your name, imagine like this, when your name is like, for example, let's go here. I mean, here we have like Starcraft, where still others. Somewhere here, right? Grossmeister. Yeah, imagine you are liquid mana, yeah, and then you would like to try out some new stuff, but the risk is that this stuff might maybe not work, and then you look like a full idiot or something, and then people will laugh like, ho, liquid mana is playing like an idiot or something like this, and do this. I beat him so easy, my friends. And then, like, you know, this is the thing when you have reputation, especially when you have reputation, then it is very difficult for you to play, you know, to play new stuff. Because otherwise, people will like, I beat Liquid Mana, he played so bad, and I played so good, and it was so easy to beat him and stuff. But maybe Liquid Mana was trying to, you know, some new strategies, you know, this. And that's why, to avoid that, you know, the people, the surrounded people around you, that they not laugh and and then in addition they spread this fake news, or not fake news, but like this success, in their eyes. They tell to their friends like, oh, have you heard, I beat Liquid Mana, it was so easy. But anyway, I just want to say that it is, especially when you have reputation, it is a bit hard to play new stuff that no one has played before, because of the risk that people will laugh at you, that you will look like a fool. That's why a lot of people just are, you know, they don't want to risk this, they want to avoid it, and they play all the time, always standard. And I just want to say, like, to this topic that I believe everyone wants to win in the end of the day, because I believe winning gives you more positive emotions, enjoyment and stuff than losing. Yeah, you go through the day better with a feeling that you win maybe, and yeah, and then when you try out new stuff, then the thing is, this is a bit funny thing, because until something until someone created something that works, until this moment in this whole process, in this whole process of failing, people will laugh at you and point like how easy they beat you and stuff, and like during this time interval people will laugh. But when this moment comes, when you actually created or invented something new, some new strategy, from this moment people will see that some stuff like Benji's suddenly works against Protoss in 1 versus 1, for example, and in 3 versus 3. For example, before, Terrans were always Vikings BCs making, and then some guy discovered, oh, actually Benji's is the better choice. And yeah, I mean, so, and then this stuff starts to be copied by all the other players, and this is clearly then a sign that, that some person didn't fail for nothing. But also, this is in one side, I think that honor this person who invented something new, and in the other side, like, it shows that trying something new out makes sense, because this way new strategies are born, new meta, new game styles. And especially I want to say that when you see that your strategy is copied by others, then this is clearly a sign that it works, and people they will not use something that's not working. They will for sure use something that is working. All right. 8 minutes introduction. So we have 3 replays. All the same players. StarLuk Didi, Protoss Zerg against FireLord and Elemento mirror match. No. Crossed mirror match, okay. Okay, we have three games, 4 players, I guess. Okay, since this game comes from StarLuk, we will honor him and see how he plays. All right, game starts, my friends. First, what did he do? He learns from Didi, my friends. This is not good. Okay, maybe in 2 versus 2, maybe I will use this replays also for a learning effect for myself, because I'm not so good in 2 versus 2. Maybe taking gas in 2 versus 2 makes more sense. I really can't say. I know only for sure that in 3 versus 3, you really on a higher skilled level, it's for sure better to not take gas In 1 versus 1, I would say you should take gas. First gas. 2 versus 2, this hybrid. This is like, you know, middle, like, it's not. Yeah, okay, doesn't matter. Okay. Checking what is going on, chatting a little bit, enjoyment, positive energy flowing through the battlefield. Everyone is friendly. This is how Desert Strike is supposed to be, my friends. Insane reaction of StarLuk. Checking. Race of Elemento. Okay, I will try to also a bit put my opinion into this game. I don't know about this move. Here I would say I also need to learn the mechanics. For example, I need to understand, yeah, maybe I can see it here, because I also need to understand in 2 versus 2. For example, in 3 versus 3, I know, today I know for sure 100% that it makes more sense that either 3 people are waiting, one person is pushing and 2 people are waiting. But in my opinion, I would never do such things in 3 versus 3, like 2 persons are pushing and 1 person is waiting, because this usually goes into the deep black ass hole. Yeah, because otherwise people will think I'm racist. The whole asshole of anyone independent of culture is always black. There's no light. Okay. So I'm a bit curious how this gonna be if FireLord checks Zealot. So in my opinion, if you decided to push, then you need to push. Very good. What these guys talking here about? StarLuk is scared to push blind. This is in my opinion, I think you don't need to upgrade here. In my opinion, this is a little bit, it can be balanced, but I believe the Zerg gonna win this independent of upgrades. Let's see whether Elemento decides to upgrade. Wait. Where's the resources here? So Elemento is orange. He has 200 minerals. What I would do if I was Elemento right now, for example, oh my goodness, I'm mistaken here. Or are the zealots? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm really mistaken here. I will also use this video for some learn effect for myself. So let's see. I'm just a bit curious. We have 7 zealots against 5 roaches and 4. 1 zergling got stuck in some hole, black hole. Yeah, that's why. Okay, so actually 5. I don't understand this. Wait. Let me see Didi's money. Is he like Really. My whole my I don't understand this. And this player is supposed to be one of the best players in 1 versus 1. Like, what is this? This is already GG, my friends. You know, in the first 2 minutes, usually, like I would say 80-70% of the games usually are decided. What is he doing? He could have built 2 more roaches. And with these 2 more roaches, like 85? Yeah, 85. 85 with 85, this is exactly 170, my friends. I don't understand this. Minus 2 roaches, just... Oh, I will chat. Yeah, I will chat here with StarLuk. See, that's why... okay, we can speed it up. So, in my opinion, Zealots were supposed to lose here. If Didi was not... chatting too much. I believe these 2 Zealots would be... the 2 roaches would make the difference. Very nice. I very like this, by the way. This is, I think, what you can also learn. Yeah, for some average players here, my friends. What you do, for example, you have like, you win the battle, and then you just press, let's say, F2. Yeah, F2 for selecting all your army, and then you see, oh, I have two of the, and then you select. Let's see, is this guy with 12 HP? Okay, here Elemento could have do a bit more efficiency, but anyway, you just decide choose one of these almost dead zealots, and then you press them on dance, because with the other 2 healthy zealots you can do more damage. Some quick applied mathematics. What the fuck happened here? Why didn't you go here immediately for tier 2 Elemento? You have money. Where does it go? Wait. You win? Like, I would probably do exactly the same thing till now. What happened here? This is a little bit sad if you cancel it, because in this way you throw the game a bit. Look, I mean, probably you were scared that StarLuk goes air, right? Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, I don't know, maybe there is some complex situation in your head or something like this. This happens to everyone, but in my head, it is like this. You are playing against this guy, so you are primarily supposed to win this guy first. For this guy, FireLord is responsible in the first place. And your goal in the very first place is to dominate Didi. And I believe this is not hard. I believe, yeah. In 1 versus 1, this is a different question, but here... Oh, you canceled this. I just got a heart attack. You know, this is perfect. You have roaches. Why you cancel this, my friends? Okay, I mean, yeah, okay. I guess you were afraid here. Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, actually, Elemento, I have to say, Elemento seems like he was giving you a bit mercy here. Yeah, if you went to Immortals, it would be GG instant. We don't need to watch the replay anymore. I mean, and now you go tier 2 again. Ah, this is so pity, I must say. This would look so nice, I have to say. This is some standard strategy, by the way. You do some zealots. This is a strategy that I also do in 3 versus 3, especially when you spawn here on 3rd place. This strategy works perfectly if you have like some Zerg Protoss or some Protoss Zerg who, you know, who do some stalkers. Here, this is the moment, my friends. This is the decision that can cost the game, I guess. Look, he's making roaches and it's perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm. It hurts me a bit to watch the game, to continue to watch the game, because yeah. Now, in my opinion, I would do this as a adaptation. Like, okay, things went bad. Not good decision was made by Elemento. Now, the next thing what I would do is to adapt to the situation, like Bruce Lee said, be water. Here, tier 2, sell everything here, mass immortals, and here speed roaches to save immortals. Oh. Selling. Okay, here you cannot save anything, you don't need to do speed roaches. I would for sure, I mean, I need to see. But I guess I would also sell the zealots. Yeah, you should come back. Yeah, easy. seems like GG, I would say. The danger of Didi is in his late game, I would say. You need to be careful to not overmass, over push. Who is the Zerg here? Didi, okay. First gas, very nice. Okay, I guess speed roaches were also not needed. I mean, for me this looks like GG already, I don't know. Did he maybe try to make broodlords, or he sell this shit? On 10 minutes with 2 gases. Okay, let's see. But here you need to react to this. So we sell all the roaches for 2 broodlords. Okay, maybe this is not bad. This is a bit, I must say, Didi is not as stupid as he looks. This is hard, I must say, because, you know, in a standard situation, I would, for example, if I would see that I'm with Protoss, if I was Zerg, I would probably also do Corruptors. Like, my instinctive reaction would also be Corruptors. If I see I'm with Protoss, and if I see there are brutes. But this is really some very nice. Here I really have to say this is some good, I would even say some masterclass. Yeah. I mean, now independent of this, it really is nice. That one guy is making scouts. Scouts are for sure the better anti-air unit than Corruptors. The thing is just that Didi was really, well, I'm impressed a bit. He really was, in my opinion, this was really, he really expected, I believe, that, I mean, this is very good. Queens, brutes. Queens also as a protection for air against potential carriers and against anything that is on the air. And yeah, he see they are playing, Zerk is pushing, so he probably will not have money for brutes. Yeah, he forced FireLord with his broodlords to do corruptors. This is really insane. Like, just listen to what I say. With broodlords, he forced FireLord to do corruptors. And StarLuk makes the, counter units on corruptors. This is really some nice chess gameplay. That's why I hated to play against these guys, because you really need to, like... I somehow don't really like to put a lot of thinking energy into Desert Strike. So let me think. Maybe Elemento was supposed to stay Immortals. But the question is, what second unit I would do? For example, we see here, okay, brutes. Yeah, against Didi, and StarLuk. In this case, you need to think and not just play some standard push game. My goodness, this is... Guys. So... in my opinion, this is the thing. You need to think here differently. Completely differently. You need to think like how I said. One guy, this is it, my friends. One guy is forcing, for example, with his tier 3 units, like this is some basic, I believe, rule for 2 versus 2, what I think you can apply to this mod. So one guy, for example, forces the enemies or one of the enemies to do something. So you do tier 3 units, and with tier 3 units you can always force your enemies to do something. In this case it was FireLord. On the same time, you need from your teammate to do the counter units on it. I guess selling let's think. If Elemento keep doing immortals, he would be good against this. This is for sure. But he has nothing against this. He for sure needs to have something different. Doing carriers is hard. I need to go back a little bit to... Here's the situation. We go to third gas, okay. Okay, first thing, in my opinion, for sure, I would sell Zealots and make Immortals to do more pressure on the Planetary Fortress. Because these guys are preparing some shit for late game, you need to do more pressure for this, so that they are scared and shit in their pants and go and change their pants. Don't allow this, especially this guy, to play some mind games. You need to force him to play your game. This fucker. Sorry, here. Zealots, like Trooper said, suiciding on the Planetary Fortress. Okay, maybe... Who knows, maybe 2 more Immortals could have done the difference. Imagine he not do this. He would have more Immortals now, 2 more for sure, and with these, how many? 4, 8 Zealots. 8, 95, 0.7. This is, these Zealots are again, so tier 2 and 8 Zealots, let's say 4 more Immortals. 4 more Immortals. Here we would have 9 Immortals. Any upgrade on damage? Yeah. I believe this would be it, my friends. Elemento, you let them win the game. Okay, maybe here you won't win, I guess. Yeah, this would be too. Okay, here's the thing. I really need to think now what I would do if I was in FireLord Elemento's place. Okay, here we cannot expect FireLord to have already corruptors. This would be too much, I believe. I also wouldn't be able to have here already corruptors, because I wouldn't expect brutes so early. This is no chance in my opinion. So here probably I would have some similar stuff. Okay, I see the brute lords. Let's imagine I would also react with corruptors. And here I would like to, okay, here I would like to have immortals, to continue to have immortals. Okay, these two broodlords would survive. Alright. One broodlord actually. First corruptors would... okay. Some... How is this word called? Verzögert. I need to translate the word, I'm sorry. Delayed, my friends. Some delayed reaction by FireLord. Did he took gas before, or why didn't he have money? Yeah, he took gas. Okay, unfortunately bad timing. But maybe from this I will also learn from myself to not take Didi as easy. Maybe it would be good to stay one gas, but this is a mistake that can also happen to me. If I get too much relaxed. Wait. Okay, here for example. Okay. You know what I would do if I was FireLord? For example, he already... Okay, let's assume I was FireLord and I take gas also. I see this... And I know that Elemento... okay, he already transfers. I mean, I for sure would... You know, playing against Didi, what I learned now, you have to really no mercy. You can't allow yourself to be relaxed and we have middle, because this friendly guy can come back from some shit situations. I would say that a good point would be to sell a part of these mass roaches. For sure sell this. Zerglings, you don't need them. We are to wait, like, you need to win from somewhere money now. You took gas, okay? Okay, let's see. I mean, I don't know. How much is the Zerglings? 95? 95. 95 with 5, and then let's say how much roaches I would sell. Probably at least 8, I would say. Let's say I would sell 8 roaches. I would have 808 minerals divided by 180. This is, oh my goodness, this is 4, let's round it up, 5 corruptors. This really wouldn't be very helpful, I must say. Yeah, here I believe good thing would be probably if here you sell a bit. Here I would like to see immortals, to continue to have immortals. This is for me a good learning video as well. One broodlord survives. Three broodlords. 4 already. Here, if we would have immortals, they would do some damage, yes. But they wouldn't do anything against broodlords. Well, I guess I would also lose here. Yeah, I have to say this was some masterclass game. Yeah, I probably also would lose here if I was in this team. So one thing that I can learn from here. First, I would like to say that this strategy you cannot apply on 3 versus 3. Never. This would not work. You know why? For example, have a look here on these stalkers. Okay, we have here 25. Let's go a little bit back to make this effect a little bit more precise. Oh my goodness. Ah yeah, we used the Elemento camera. I mean, what I want to say that here units stack more. You have so in my opinion, I would say, and I keep, I stand for these words. I believe that, in my opinion, Didi is, for example, he's very good. Like he's the best example for this different 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3. For example, in 3 versus 3, I would say, because I would say he's one of the, like if you take, some of the more advanced players, I would say that this is just my opinion, I'm sorry, he is one of the weakest players in 3 versus 3. Why? Because he always keeps playing with strategies from 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2. This is very, very rare works. This vultures, ravens, queens, you can forget all this. Only like in very, very rare situations. And in 2 versus 2, I mean, especially in 1 versus 1, this is all about stack, like mostly about stack units. And here you clearly can see that both players are making the units that has the most stack potential. Stalkers from Protoss side, because they can blink back. Queens and brutes. For example, here, you see this picture? We have already here 2 waves of brutes. Or is it 2 waves? Yeah, almost 2 waves. One brute got killed here, but okay. And 2 waves of queens, I guess. 6, 7. How many do we have? 9, 14. Or no, 8, 12, 12, sorry. And I don't understand why he didn't sell these zerglings. So you need to think maybe more in 2 versus 2 about which units you do. Like, I think the most easiest way to play 2 versus 2 and most efficient way, if you of course survive to the late game, that you do units that has good stack potential and that replace or not replace, yeah, replace the protects the units of your teammates. For example, we have here queens, broodlords, and stalkers. You have for sure a very good weapon against air. Now question is, what is more efficient? Is more efficient like brutes and stalkers with queens, of course, or brutes and immortals? I guess I would say if you do immortals, then you have this danger that with brutes you for sure negate everything that is on the ground. So enemy will be forced to do air. And carriers are very expensive. Maybe it makes sense to do 2 gas carriers. Was it possible? I'm sorry, but this is a very nice replay from what I also want to learn something. Okay, where's Elemento? He keeps pushing. Okay. I think in the ideal case it would be this. FireLord needs to stay on 1 gas. He has 200 minerals. Because you see that Didi is doing something. It would be. I would love to see. Yeah, I will just say, for example, in 3 versus 3, the most efficient strategy that I always apply, and that, in my opinion, everyone should apply, when the team, for example, when you're here in 3 versus 3, this is what I always do, and you have the middle, then in 3 versus 3, the only chance that the other enemy has, that the other team has, is to win this game by a stack. They do some stack units and then they survive and then they push back. So your goal is to kill every wave so that any stack potential is, prevented. I would love to see here. I mean, this is of course a very difficult situation, but instead of this, it would be a very beautiful picture if FireLord did some corruptors as a prophylaxis. How many seconds was he here? 20. He makes some upgrade for the roaches. Yeah, actually there's not even much money here. There's no chance he can do corruptors. StarLuk, what the fuck you sent me here, man? This is not even fun. I mean, for me, this I when I see this, then I want to think about what. Okay, if I was playing FireLord first, I wouldn't do. I believe I would do less of the roaches. It would be very beautiful if he, for the next wave, could have some corruptors. Because then, yeah, this wouldn't happen. But if you want to play some late game, then the question is what is... Okay, for example, even Elemento cannot have carriers here already. In the best case, like for Elemento, in the best case, of course, this all needs money. If you would have Immortals and at the same time carriers, this would be for him best for this match. Broodlords and... Yeah, Broodlords and Stalkers are more efficient in a way that... so if... fuck you. So if Elemento did Immortals and Scouts, for example, then he would have troubles with this. Maybe both. If here Scouts and Immortals arrive, they would die. Okay. Here Corruptors and this would also die. Imagine here some Immortals, my friend. But yeah, this costs money, I understand. Like, immortals, more immortals means less carriers. What upgrades do they have? +2. I would continue the same, like FireLord, if I was in the situation, like Roach, Hydra, Queen, Corruptors, and yeah, hoping that this stacks. But again, my friends, it's nice, but this would never ever work in 3 vs 3. Why? Because the units, they live here longer and they stack much better. Look at this. This is nonsense. In 3 vs 3 you never see like 2 waves of queens. I mean, for maybe 15 seconds somewhere here, but not here. Yeah, that was really some strong game. 1 hour. Okay, I will stop and make another video. Thanks for watching. See you, my friends. Thanks for the replays, by the way.